lives turned upside down.
Yeah. Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast with all the stuff that we did not get to during the course of the show today. What happened to that?
That was still pretty
Did
rough.
not.
Okay.
Did not. Just keep it.
Full disclosure, we've done the open for this 4 times. I was like trying to do it, and then Betty Rock's like, just leave the mistakes in. I don't care. I'm like, I don't like it to be too mistakey. And then she starts, she goes, if you started again, I'm just going to yell poop, which she did 3 times, which then I had to delete. And then now I can't even say, welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today.
That we did not get to. Did it not get to?
Oh, my goodness. It was a day. We had a good show. Hopefully, if you listen to the regular podcast, you like the show. There's a lot of really good stuff today. It just clicked. It worked. It was fun. Good day, too, because we have a new boss coming in. And I'm sure he was, if he's a radio guy worth his salt, he would have been listening he probably doesn't even know about the Aftercast yet. And so,
boy, has he got a lot to learn.
Yeah. Here's
what's so funny, though, is I've been around Wally too much. So I knew that this new boss was coming in today. And I was like, Wally, when he walks through the door, we should act like we're in the middle of an argument and really get him on his toes. Because he's got to be the manager of all the on-air personalities, and we should act like we're about to quit.
Yeah,
and see what he does.
Love it.
Let's act like we're a problem.
Yeah, but
the
problem was we're like, okay, let's ratchet this up and say some really horrible things. And she's like, oh, I hear the door, and I'm like, let's just give it a beat and make sure. And it was the AC repair guy. So I'm really glad that we didn't go all in before we saw that the guy was here.
Been funny.
Yeah, that actually would have been pretty funny. The AC guy, like, what if I walked?
He would have had a story to tell.
That's true. He would have had a good day. I want to talk about this. We were talking off the air really last minute about Star Wars, okay? And I know. Don't check out, Rock. This is for you too.
Already out.
Just because our interests differ from yours doesn't make us...
I like Star Wars.
Yeah, we have to pretend...
I'm a Jedi Master.
Yeah, you come in here and you're like, oh, I got like Bear Murder podcast. We're like, oh, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
Because it is. It ripped his face off 3 times.
It's pretty interesting.
Oh, cats. Okay.
Anyway.
So we were talking about Star Wars, but no, you had brought up, this is because of you, Rock.
Yeah.
You said, oh, I might go see that Star Wars movie with Ryan Gosling.
Nerd.
Yeah, you started this, you psycho. And so,
wow.
Yeah.
A lot of names are being thrown.
He just opened the floodgate.
Yeah, in case
Listen,
the new boss is listening.
Listen.
What? I'm listening.
If a movie has Ryan Gosling in it and I want to see it and that makes me a nerd, just call me nerdy.
So you would say that they're casting well at this point. If
I
they're going to go after...
I don't understand how Ryan Gosling is going to do well. I think that the bar is set too high for you Star Wardians.
Yeah.
And I think
it's just
for him
Top Gun
playing...
in space.
No, he played...
That's the problem.
He played
Really?
Ken in Barbie.
Yeah.
He was great.
I don't know,
That's
he can
a
do a lot of
horrible
things.
movie.
He can do comedy.
That's a great movie.
He can look good. He can also do serious.
Hitman, or no, what was the one that he just did last year where he was a stuntman?
Oh, Stuntman.
Oh, the Stuntman, isn't it? It was
Yeah.
called like Stunt, and it had Emma, what's her face from John
Stuntman.
Krasinski's wife was
Yeah.
in it.
No, I know
Yeah,
what you
I
mean.
watched it.
Because it was based, I think it was
cute.
loosely based off the Lee Majors TV
Fall
show.
Guy.
Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what we said.
Yeah, I think because there was a TV show called Fall Guy.
Yeah.
That was, I loved that as a kid.
There's a little thing at the end of the movie where you see the old
Yes.
actors pop in.
Yeah, because I wanted to be a stuntman back in the day. And I'm like, oh, I could double for children because I'm so small. But like...
Not the creepiest thing you've ever...
Yeah. And so Betty got us off on this. And I started thinking... Ryan Gosling, because in the past, like
Started thinking about Ryan.
Yes, when they did the original Star Wars, Mark Hamill,
Yep.
Harrison Ford was kind of an unknown at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Fisher was probably the biggest name, and then they kept doing like people that weren't these giant names. Even when they got into the modern version after the 3, like you had the girl who played Rey, the guy that played Finn.
Yeah. Oh, even the middle segment. You had Ewan McGregor, who was maybe decently well known. Nobody knew who played Anakin. Natalie Portman hadn't totally taken off at that point. Samuel L. Jackson was probably the most. Oh, that's an interesting
and
casting.
Billy D. Williams in the early Star Wars was their big get, you know. So this is different because they're casting like an A-list celebrity in this role. But you said it, Top Gun in space. That's what I'm curious about. Will this be a movie that is, in essence, Top Gun in space and have that feel to it because it'll be directed by Jerry Bruckheimer or somebody, and it won't be true to like the original Star Wars feel to where Star Wars fans won't like it? Or will they embrace Ryan Gosling?
I think the problem is that I think Star Wars has fumbled the bag recently on trying to bank too hard into.
I think the term is
fumbled the ball. Yeah. The cat's out of the bag, but they've fumbled the ball.
I've heard fumble the bag when it comes to like, oh, here's your big, like, we're gonna make a ton of money, and they didn't make as much money. So maybe I'm totally wrong.
Oh no, that might be a film thing because you went to film school.
Yeah, that's right. That's what my $100,000 got.
You took a Harry Potter class.
I did, but I didn't take a Star Wars class.
Should have.
But I think that because they've one example of a really good show that doesn't give you any of the Jedi stuff or any of the they've gotten too far into the Force and have made that really cheesy,
the Force be with you.
Not as fun versus when they made it cool back in the day with the original trilogy. Now I think they might be best suited to give you something that is in the Star Wars universe, but they don't have to work with the cheesy magic element of the Force. You can just do what a movie is like when it's a war movie.
Right.
Doing that, but just in space with the same with the Star Wars music, I think could be excellent. And Ryan Gosling probably does automatically throw a few people in the seat, in the theater.
Here's the thing too: if you are a nerd and you are dating out of your league, this is a way to get a great date because the girl is going to go because of Ryan Gosling.
Really, that would be sad. Yeah, Ryan Gosling and dinner. Yeah,
win-win.
You guys are the worst.
And he did Blade Runner a few years ago too.
Yeah, that was a horrible movie.
Another movie that was a Harrison Ford follow-up. So this is just another example of him taking another Harrison Ford sci-fi industry.
Yeah, and kind of updating it.
Next he'll be Indiana Jones, which I would be okay with.
I saw a TV show on Prime or Netflix.
There's a lot of options.
With what's his face, John Krasinski. And
yes,
it is a movie where he is like it's weird. It is National Treasure meets Indiana Jones meets a movie where they actually shoot and kill people.
Recently
Fountain
on
of
Apple.
Youth.
It's on Apple.
It's on Apple TV. Yeah, it's Fountain of Youth. Okay. But anyway, he plays this quirky kind of character that's trying to find the Fountain of Youth for whatever reasons. But he's great in it, okay? He's really good in it. But but he's really funny too, so it was really weird. It's this weird thing where normally in kind of like in National Treasure, no one gets shot in the face, But like this movie is like, ha 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 ha, somebody gets shot at point blank range.
Really?
That was jarring. Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting.
But in watching this, I went, he could be the next Indiana Jones because
John Krasinski.
Yes, he really could. He pulls this off because Indiana Jones had funny things with the snakes and stuff like that, and he was like a surly kind of guy. But this could be a smart version of that, and I think he would be really, really good at it because it's funny. It's got the Indiana Jones had a lot of comedic elements in it that broke some of the heaviness of it.
You know who I think didn't get a fair share, and that is Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
He was great in Mummy.
Yeah.
In The Mummy. Yeah, he was so good, and I think he could have been the next
I've never seen The Mummy because it scares me. No, I don't like those movies.
I think I think he was, a hot commodity for a little while there.
A hot second.
And then there was this interesting gap where he sort of just disappeared.
He did disappear.
And then he had this little renaissance a few years ago where he came back and played the whale.
Yeah.
And people were like, "Oh, he's a good actor now."
Yeah, The Whale actually reignited his career, but then it wasn't like a long time. Like it just kind of.
I haven't seen anything with Brendan Fraser since.
Did you
then.
see The Whale?
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
It didn't intrigue me enough.
So I didn't even see it. But he got all this acclaim from it. But there was also pushback because he was wearing like a fat suit. Like he had gotten bigger, but he was also wearing a fat suit. And then other people were like, "Why don't you let fat actors play it?" Like, well, he's a good actor.
It's like I don't mind continuing on in the universes that we have here. Like, keep making Indiana Jones movies, keep making Star Wars movies, but with Star Wars is an example of they tried to continuously go back to the same well, and they're like, "Oh, here's a new movie. There's another Death Star." You're like, "Oh my goodness, we're not trying to be."
Oh please,
we're not trying to be original.
If Ryan Gosling blows up a Death Star by flying through that channel and then dropping a photon bomb in there,
he'll do the best job at it.
I will lose my mind. We've had 2 Death Stars already destroyed the exact 3.
Yeah,
already destroyed the exact same way.
Let's use one more.
Nope.
No.
So it is Indiana Jones. Like get different with it, and that's what's interesting. When they did, what was that you can do it interestingly, like the Jason Bourne. That was an interesting one where they had Jason Bourne with Matt Damon.
Right.
And they're like, let's give it a whirl with Jeremy Renner.
And I liked it.
And that was a super solid movie, but they didn't keep going with that.
Yeah. They didn't follow the Tom Cruise and Fast and Furious rule of movie making. Just keep going, keep banging it out. But did you ever see the last Mission Impossible yet, Gavin?
Yet.
Yeah, I mean, you should see it. You'll probably love it, but I did not care.
You guys, I've had people explain that it gets better the more you see it, which is a big commitment because it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
You guys said that it was a little like bang your head against a wall.
I wouldn't say little. I would say a lot.
Because it was pointless stuff that took time. Like I understand if you're going through something that helps with the character development or helps with the overall story arc, and you're taking time to flesh that out, and it's viable to the movie, absolutely. But when you're taking time in a scene that could have been a minute and a half, and you make it 5 minutes for no reason except weird cross glances at each other, and this sub tries to fall off this cliff for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I would say it was the equivalent of a soap opera, but just for men.
Yeah. I think
Gavin will
bummed.
enjoy it.
I think you'll like it. You go into movies with less of a bent. Like I want
to be entertained.
Right, and I want them to prove to me that they deserve my money. And because I've just spent a lot to go there.
I just had a hard time. I had a hard time getting over the fact that Tom Cruise is 62 and he's still doing all of this stuff.
He still look good though.
But who cares?
I was like, good on
him.
If
that man wants to, parachute with catch on fire in real life / jump on a plane.
It's pretty impressive. Like I get tired tying my shoes, and so
I just wish he had a better relationship with his family.
That's it.
What about his daughter?
You don't respect him.
Does he have a daughter?
He does. He has a couple.
Just
it's
one?
Siri.
Oh, okay.
Suri from with the
that's got to be annoying to have your name be Siri.
Yeah.
When that's the name of all the AI stuff.
Hey Siri.
Yeah. I don't know why they did. Oh my gosh, it was so funny. My wife, I'd gotten her an iPad for Mother's Day, and so we were going through yesterday setting it up, and so she's setting up Siri. And it asks you to say things like, hey, Siri, play a song. Hey, Siri, play this video. Hey, Siri, do this. And so it was so great because she goes, hey, Siri. And like for some reason, her voice, like I'm not too far off in my impersonation of her, but for some reason when she talks on the air or talks to Siri, it gets even more like that, more of a dead on. Hey Siri, why don't you play a song for me, please? And I look at her and I just go, are you kidding me right now? Are you really?
You did?
Yeah, I go, and then I go, hey Siri. Because she's just like, stop it. I'm like, sound like, even Gavin said this last time you were here. Like, wow, she really does sound like that.
What was more interesting and funny to me was that I think everyone you sound like you do in your head, but then when you hear yourself on the phone.
Siri's talking.
Siri just got, hey Siri.
But when you talk over the phone, or if I hear myself over the phone, it's like,
me too.
That's wild. It's different, but it was funny because you were talking to your daughter on the phone, and I only caught the trail end of it, and it felt like, hi, Dad. Like it felt like there was just a hint of the Marty voice in your daughter.
In Wally? And Haley.
If Haley will sometimes pick up my wife's phone if like they're on vacation together, because that's all they do. And so like if they're spending time together and I call my wife and my wife can't pick up, Haley will pick up the phone and try to imitate Marty. And she's got me a couple times. There's enough of her on the phone. Yeah. There's enough of Haley's normal voice. And then when she acts a little bit and does the whole Marty thing, hey, babe, you're like, oh, hey, honey, what's up? And like she's fooled me a couple times.
I've done that with I don't sound like my dad, but if I can pick up the phone and get a little Jared on him,
nice.
Then it's kind of bizarre.
Yeah.
I don't know if I sound like my mom or not.
I don't know.
I've never heard your mom talk.
Yeah.
Huh.
Your mom's more country than you are.
I know she sounds southern.
Nicer.
Yeah, she definitely nicer.
But she could be a little nicer.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite sweepers I've ever written.
I play that one the least because I'm worried it hurts your feelings.
Yeah, because Gavin comes in and sets up the board for the first break of the day, which is always the news, Betty's news, and so he picks the news thing. That's really funny.
And that's very sweet of you, Gavin.
We do the one that sounds like hair done, makeup. And she's always like, not even.
Yeah, that one hurts my feelings because it's like it's rubbing it in. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, she's not ready.
My favorite Gavin one is the gingerbread bad boy that Betty found.
Gingerbread bad boy, that little ginger snap.
Ginger snap.
Because that one makes me laugh. Like still, I've heard it 100. I know, I've heard it 100 times. It still makes me laugh every time. Yeah.
That little ginger snap.
Bad boy. All right, Rock, what do you got?
Well, do you think that grandmas should have their own baby showers? So it's a debate that's going on online. Okay, so there are grandmas that are saying, it's my first time being a grandma. I don't have anything that, updated at least that's not 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
And I need some stuff, so why can't I have a shower? And there are people that are agreeing on both sides.
Here's the thing. Like, I think we celebrate everything way too much and we get so super like self-involved. Yeah, and like, oh, everyone has to care about my life. And even like wedding. I'm going to this whole thing with my daughter's wedding and stuff like that. And like, the older I've gotten, I just care way less about pomp and circumstance for things. And so in thinking about this, I didn't think of it like you would actually need things because, like you want stuff at your house to help out. Like my grandparents always had a bag of toys that we played with that were like so old, But I loved it. I loved going over there because I didn't have those toys. And
they probably had lead poisoning.
Oh, I'm sure they did. And so I did love that. If you were to tell me this is a grandma shower, and it's not to bring anything, it's so that a grandma can celebrate with her friends and have a party that she's going to be a grandma.
There you go.
Do that all day long. Like, I love that. Like, you guys, you just get together and do that. But if it literally is, hey, and bring a gift and
there's
something.
A registry.
Absolutely not.
So you're saying a grandma shouldn't have a registry?
No, absolutely not.
I don't think so.
You should have
she's
stuff
probably
by now.
Not in need of things.
Yeah, especially if you've had a bunch of kids and, it's like, no, but have a thing without the bride there or the mom there. Like, I would not have the mom there.
Well, let me give you this scenario. Let's say that the mom and her daughter, okay, so the daughter is having a baby. Okay. She's pregnant. Mm-hmm. And her mom is, of course, there at the shower, and she's going to invite her friends from work to come to the shower, her daughter's shower as well. But then she ends up getting they're like, wait, this table has all the presents for the mom of the
bride, or the mom of the mom, the grandma.
And then this one has the gifts for the mom. And then they both go up there to the front and sit down and start opening presents. No. You would have a problem with that?
Yes. Like the mom should have her own shower that's her friends. And a lot of moms will throw a shower for the mom of the daughter as well. And that's fine. Like, all that's great. That's all tradition and it helps them out. That's great. The grandma shower should be a completely separate thing that's just her and her girlfriends going to lunch and just celebrating the joy of, hey, I'm going to be a grandma. I love that. I think it's great. Have a party, have streamers, do whatever. But it shouldn't be a thing that either upstages or has anything to do with the actual mom or is present related. I don't think it needs to be that.
Now, should a grandpa have a shower?
Grandpa would never do that.
He's not going to ask it. He's going to turn down the planning of said shower.
Yes. I don't even want, if I was a husband, I wouldn't even want to do a baby shower. I didn't want to do a wedding shower. I had to do a joint baby shower back in the day.
I don't want to. Bridal shower?
No, baby shower.
You did a joint baby shower?
Yeah, not for us, but with friends of ours.
Oh, got
They did one. I had to go to it. I'm like, So yeah, I didn't. I have no desire for any of that stuff.
I will say this. While I agree with both of you that if a grandma wants a shower, she should, but make it with her friends and all of that and be separate. I still think that at some point, once you reach a certain age, if you're still not married, you should be able to have a shower.
A single shower? I know where you're going with that. Yeah.
Because I bought my own toaster.
Yeah.
I bought all my dishes. Yeah. Everything is mine.
When you go to have a regular wedding shower,
what's left?
You already have everything. Right. And if you're marrying some guy, especially if he's a little older, he's got everything. So yeah, that's what you should do. Look, y'all, I got everything I need except money for a trip.
Yeah.
So give me my money.
Give me
my money.
Pay me.
Yeah.
Pay me. I think the Lord owes you, honestly. That guy should write a big stinking check for your wedding shower.
He really should.
He really should. He owes you. Oh, I'm still mad at him for that one. All right, so do you got any birthdays for us, Rock?
I do. Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Kim wants to wish her son Chase and herself a happy birthday.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's pretty cool.
That's
so her
neat.
and her son both have the same birthday.
I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Like, because like moms are so giving, you know, and you want your kid to have the best of everything. But then if you're, I feel bad for the husband. Like, he's got to buy a kid gift and mom gifts. Like, but then let's be honest, the mom's probably buying all the kid gifts. But just having to buy your wife gifts is tough. Like, I got Father's Day coming up. And I know, like, you guys say that guys are so hard to buy for. It's so I've already told her, and she already knows the Lego car. That's it. That's all I don't need any more. No, it's not. It's $230. I don't need anything else. I don't need anything else like that. And because she even asked me, like, oh, would you want that watch thing you were talking about? I'm like, no, the Lego car. That's it. Like, I will be happy as a pig in mud.
I hear you saying you want the watch thing.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
I'm gonna get you the wrong watch. thing.
And I won't get the Lego car. You watch how my Father's Day goes.
Oh, goodness. Okay, Kim, she said, Chase is now a teenager.
Nice.
He loves baseball, football, fishing, and hunting, and he's full on energy. He's a Spitfire, but we love him so much and are very proud of him.
Nice. Happy birthday,
Happy
Chase.
birthday.
Let's go.
Then we have a burning building question.
Okay.
And she's asking this question, Kim is, because she said she teaches both. She said, would you rather teach 8th grade science or be a driver's ed instructor to middle schoolers?
Oh, man.
Oh,
8th grade science
is probably
or driving?
like a chemistry of some
Hands
sort,
down driving.
or a biology of some sort.
Hands down driving, meaning you would rather teach them to drive
Yes.
than
They're
teach
way
them
more
science.
angsty.
Hands down. Yeah.
Why?
Because they always, like at my daughter's school, the coaches were always like the driving school instructors, and they would do it in the summer, and they would have the kids drive. Like this one coach had them drive his like a giant like car from the 70s, because he's like, if you can drive this car, you can drive any car, you know. But then he would have them take him to lunch. They would go like pick up his dry clean. He basically had them run errands all like in the car with him. It was ingenious, and there's zero pressure on it, man. Like you don't have to.
But there's a lot of patience that comes from it too, because you have to be patient when they're
trying to kill you.
Yeah. Like that is considered a near-death experience, whereas teaching science may not be.
One of Betty's favorite clips from Bob's Burgers is like him, Bob letting Tina drive in the parking lot. There's one car off to the side, and he's like, okay, Tina, why don't you turn to the left? For the love of God, Tina, just please turn. like she can't get past it, and she hits that one car in the parking lot. Only car there, she hits it. My daughter, God bless her, I took her to a parking lot just like that at a high school. We're driving. She's learning to drive. I'm like, baby, there's a pole over there. Baby, there's a pole. Yeah. Hey, you might want to just steer to the left a little bit away from that pole. Haley! And I grab the wheel, and she stops and slams on the brakes, and when she stops the car, she starts bawling. You yelled at me. I said, you were about to hit a pole, psycho. Of course I yelled at you. I'm going to keep yelling at you. Like, what is wrong with you? There's one pole in this parking lot, and you're aiming for it.
But do you hear yourself right now?
Yeah.
That's what you would have to do with a lot of 8th graders. You would have to keep teaching them.
Yeah, but I feel good right now. Like getting that out.
Yelling at them?
Yeah, I get that out. Yeah, it feels good.
Gavin, what would you do?
Probably the science. Just because, here's the thing. If you're teaching them the science, you can teach it well or you can teach it good enough, because at the end of the day, that science is not really going to be that important for the rest of anyone's future in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, there aren't a ton of stakes when it comes to what I'm teaching them in science. Whereas if I'm teaching them driving, that actually is every day applicable. And if, I'm in the car with I might accidentally get in a car wreck with a kid who's bad at driving. In science, maybe I just forget which element is behind borum.
And I think I'm with you, Gavin. I would teach the science, and I would lean heavy on the TV.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, we're watching.
We're gonna watch another movie.
Day.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then I would say pop quiz. Yeah. And I would just say, "Did you read chapter 2?
You
Great.
Can go
Here's
find
a quiz
quizzes online.
Yeah,
it's easy.
ChatGPT.
Maybe this would change your mind about teaching young people. Like, I had a science teacher. Okay, and she was young. She was a young science teacher, and she went to like Marshall's to shop. Mm-hmm. And one of the kids in my science class worked at that Marshall's. Mm-hmm. So they check her out, and she bought like leopard print undergarments. Oh my. Okay. So that's what, girls buy that stuff all the time.
Where is this going?
Do they?
Yeah. And so she buys these undergarments. This person that worked there tells our entire class.
That's tough.
So now every time this science teacher walks into the class, she's met with like we were all just going like letting her know her know that we knew.
Oh.
Yes. Like yeah. And so it's like that's the kind of nonsense and shenanigans that kids pull.
I would not teenage boys.
Yes, I would not want to be a science teacher in like 8th, 9th, 10th grade. No way. Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
One more. Emma.
That's a
Emma's celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday,
Yay, Emma.
She said, I'm turning 14. Love
Nice.
the Wally show so much and listen to it all the time. My family can attest to that. I discovered you guys late last year and have been listening ever since. She said, Wally, can you tell me a funny pickleball story? I play too.
Oh, congratulations.
Right. So do you have, I know this, Emma. He doesn't drink enough water, and so he'll get out on the field, give it all he has, and then faint.
Yeah. I almost passed out. I haven't been able to play because my shoulders have been really bad, but they're getting better, so I can't wait to get back out and play. But yeah, one time I played really hard, and I started to leave, and I almost passed out. And one of the ladies that we play with, she's a mom. She had a bag full of fruit snacks, and she was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine. And I go to stand up, and I almost fell again. She's like, "You need to eat these now." And I'm like, "What are they?" And she's like, "That's fruit snacks." I'm like, "Okay." And so like I ate fruit snacks.
What if they were organic?
I would have been like, "Just let me die. Just let me die." So I ate the fruit snacks, and they were Welch's, and they were great. And I was like, "Oh, I'm good now." And then I walked out of there with my head hung low.
Have you ever hurt yourself on the pickleball court?
Yeah, I've fallen a couple times, like diving for balls and stuff. Like I go all out, man. I like literally, I dive and will slide across the floor.
My word.
Yeah, I'm like trying to win this thing, and so I've hurt my shoulder, my ankle.
Might be good that you don't go out there.
I don't know. I miss it. I really want to start playing again, but it's like my shoulders just.
Well, and two, I know I've heard you say that it's hard because there are people that get cliquish on the pickleball court, and then you end up having to play with people that are less experienced.
Yeah, and I was almost in that clique. That's what's really killing me. I was really close. I was making my way to that. Like the guys that are like 5-0 players, and I'm not. Like I would put myself at like a 3-5, and so there's some guys that are really good, and I'm like, I was getting into it, like, "Hey Wally, why don't you come play with us?" Me? Oh my gosh, this is so great!
I made it to the cool kids table.
Yeah, no, I'm at the Wally behind you. There's another Wally here, son of a gun. And so and then I got hurt, and then now I'm like, if I go back now, I'm way down.
Because we filmed a little promo video a month or so ago, and Wally had to, what was it?
Fake an Ernie, like a shot in pickleball.
Ernie.
And that dude, we filmed 3 or 4 times, and one time you missed it. Or actually, every time that we didn't get the right shot, it was just...
And all I was doing was swinging my arm like a hitting a ball, and that was it. And so I'm like, it's not good still. Yeah. 2 years it's hung on. Anyway.
We should get you and Emma to play together. That would be interesting.
That would be
like
fun.
What a 14-year-old.
She's 14.
That's fun. There's a couple kids that play with us that are like really good. Like holy cow, it's crazy.
Well, I think I told you one of the best pickleball players. Someone was telling me that. Oh, my friend Dina was telling me this because she's really into pickleball.
Yeah.
But there's someone that the best pickleball player, I guess, in the U.S. She's only 16 or 17.
Oh, for real? Wow.
She's really young.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some of these people are like, holy cow. And I've watched. I think it's called The Kitchen. Because that's a thing on the pickleball court, but like it's like either YouTube or it's TikTok, I think. Oh my gosh, the points that these people have, and not even guys. Like guys tennis is far more interesting than women's tennis by and large. Women's pickleball, right up there. It is
just
unbelievable.
It condenses all the action into such a tight
It's so
square.
fast, and like to me, I can watch women's pickleball as much as I could watch men's pickleball, and it's just as good. Sometimes it's even better. But women's tennis and men's tennis, or women's basketball and men's basketball, like 2 completely different worlds.
I've watched a few of the competitive pickleball
it's
games.
amazing.
It's
wild.
crazy.
Yeah. That's I wish I could play like that, but no.
It's probably good that you don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's gonna have to do it for our Aftercast for today. And as always,
wait, say it with a little bit of a lisp because
as always, no.
That's how you introed it.
That's how I introed it. As always, dang potty. I don't know.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.